Hi there, welcome on back to Devizes Television. I'm William Huntley, but you can call me Bill. Now, you join me today at the Devizes Opportunity Centre. Now, why are we here, you ask? Well, sadly, through central government withdrawing funds, they find that they have a shortfall in their funding. Our local newspaper, the Gazette and Herald, is very, very much behind the appeal to try and raise the shortfall in cash. It's the Give Us a Chance appeal. They've been running it over recent weeks, last 3 or 4 weeks, I think, and they're really doing their level best to try and help this wonderful organisation raise the money they need. We're going to have a chat with the lady in charge down here, a lady by the name of Betty Newman, and she's going to tell us all about it and just exactly what is going on and how maybe you can help. So come and join me. Here we are in the office at the Devizes Opportunity Centre. The Devizes Opportunity Centre. I'm joined by Betty Newman, who's the lady in charge down here. We've come to find out a little bit more about what the story has been that's been in the Gazette and Herald over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Sadly, some of the funding has been cut for this wonderful organisation. We'll be showing you a little bit more exactly what they do a little bit later on. But Betty, tell me all about it. What is this funding cut all about?
Right, well, if I start with a little bit of history of the centre. The centre was started by a group of parents back in 1978.
Right.
Parents with children who had difficulties, and at that stage there weren't any preschools or childcare centres for children that had particular difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
And gradually over the years, I think we started up in the sports hall in London Road.
Yeah,
gradually over the years we've become more and more professional. Health Authority has come in to help us. We have a speech and language therapist, an occupational therapist, a physiotherapist here. The idea being that parents can come here with their children and it's a one-stop shop. They can get everything they need for their child. They learn how to help their children,
Right.
and the children get a really worthwhile early education, therapeutic care, and a lot of fun playing in the centre.
So yeah, I mean, parenting is difficult enough with a child, which is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you cater for children with physical, mental, and other problems, I guess.
Definitely, social and emotional. Children who can't communicate, children who have cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, autistic spectrum disorders, any difficulty really. And so they can come in here, parents can get the emotional support and some practical guidance, and the children get the therapy and the additional support they get. We provide high level one-to-one support for children who need help to learn and develop.
They would be actually referred here then by the medical.
Some children come straight from NICU, the special needs units when children are born prematurely, or their difficulties are diagnosed almost straight away.
Right.
Other children come through as they grow. Health professionals pick up perhaps a language delay or a developmental delay, and then they're referred to us. The support is for the whole family, and we try to provide a complete package of care instead of children having to go to one hospital for one thing, to a clinic for another thing, schools for another. It's all here, so it's a complete package.
So it's in other words, it's less disruptive for the child.
It is, yes.
Right, okay. Pardon me.
As regards funding,
this is what I was just going to get on to. Now tell us, because I've been reading obviously in the Gazette and Herald. I'm a local chap, so obviously I take the local newspaper, and it's £10,000 has been withdrawn, but from what you tell me, there's more money that you have to get anyway.
Yes. Right from the very start, this was a volunteer organisation really. We were an autonomous charity, a small local charity. Originally we used to get grant funding from Wiltshire County Council, and gradually we ended up with a contract, a service level agreement, to provide these specialist services in partnership with the Health Authority and education for families. We have always had to raise many thousands of pounds. Over the last few years it's been in excess of £40,000.
£40,000?
Yes. 3 years ago we lost £13,000 because of government cuts. So, you know, the The struggle,
The struggle is ongoing the whole of the time.
All the time, yes, yes.
So it isn't just this £10,000 then?
No, we've got now. So we have £13,000 we lost 3 years ago. We've now lost, or are going to lose a further £10,000. So the very minimum we have to raise for the 2014 to 15 year financial year is £50,000.
£50,000. Wow. We've covered the funding. So do any of the local organisations around here, you know, like the Lions Round Table, do they help?
What are we now? We're not something like our 35th year?
Yes, yeah.
If it wasn't for particularly Devizes organisations, we wouldn't still be here. Yes, we're absolutely so thankful to many organisations. We have national trusts and grant-giving bodies like BBC Children in Need, Zurich Community Foundation, people like Swindon and Wiltshire Community Foundation, they all help us regularly. But then there are the stalwarts, the Devizes Lions, the Round Table, all these sorts of people, and many firms help us. Undercover, they don't want any kudos from it. They just continually support us when we're in need, help us with maintenance, all sorts of things like that. We're just beginning to be known in places like Melksham. We've had the Rotary in Melksham, Rotary in Melksham have given us for the last 2 years. They have visited and were very impressed with what they saw. We had half of our children actually come from Melksham most of the time. We've got some children from Marlborough. Marlborough is just becoming, through the Gazette appeal, is just becoming aware of us. I don't think many people in Marlborough know anything at all about us and how we help their families. And then we have a small satellite setting out in Tidworth. We were asked by Wiltshire County to provide a service for Tidworth a few years back, and at that stage I used to ship children in using a volunteer driver, but that became so expensive because it was sort of a driver had to go out to Tidworth to pick the children up, bring them here, take them home, and then come back himself. So in the end I went out and spoke to the NSPCC in Tidworth, and they have very kindly given us use of some of their centre out there. 2 mornings a week we run a little group for 10 children. So that again adds to our cost, but it's very needy.
Of course,
so all in all, it's not the small coffee morning sort of group that started up, with a lot of goodwill, and it has to be because of we're registered with Ofsted, because of the fact that we've got very vulnerable children here. We have to have very stringent checks, and our staff are highly trained. So it's quite a big professional organisation.
Well, I mean, obviously we'll be walking you around here a little bit later on in the programme. I've had a quick look round, and it is fantastic. It really is. I can't reiterate enough how brilliantly Betty and her team do for these children who need their help, of course, and indeed the parents as well. Talking of staff, Betty, how many people do you actually have helping out here?
Well, with staff at Tidworth as well, we've got 12.
12.
And then we have the volunteer driver, we have other local people who come in and actually volunteer their services as play leaders. We have people that obviously fundraise for us, so it's quite a large organisation in total. We've got a voluntary board of trustees. So all in all, there's probably about 30 of us continually active, and then all these people out in the community that support us as well.
And if any of the ladies and gentlemen watching this on our channel would like to get involved and help out in some way, shape or form, how would they actually, what's the first step?
Well, we love to have volunteers, but of course we've got very needy children here. So we are very particular, and volunteers would need to come and have a look at us first.
Of course,
we've had lots of people who come in who absolutely love it, love to be involved with the children and their families and thrive on it. Others are quite daunted by it. So it's something that they have to, really it's a vocation. So what I always say to people is come along, have a chat, have a look, and then we'll go from there. It has to work for all of us. They have to be comfortable with it, and so do we.
This, I think, is absolutely fantastic. You wait till you see this. Come on, Betty. Talk me through
Well, this is our multi-sensory stimulation room. So we have many different pieces of equipment, and we work on the children's senses here.
Right.
It can also provide a very nice calming atmosphere for the children to come into. It can be used as a reward. Very often mums can come in and have a nice, quiet, peaceful time with their child, a time to bond with them. Children who might get very upset or tense can come in, and it just really calms them down. It's a very pleasant environment to work in, but it is also a very valuable environment in that we can work on language, we can work on children taking turns and sharing, cause and effect. The children learn that if they press a button there is an end result. Some of the children in later life might need to communicate through a computer, so they start very early with fun things that give them the idea that by pressing the button they will get a result that they need. So again, this was all done with voluntary donations from local organisations and individuals who helped us. So it wouldn't be here but for the help of the community.
It is a community project. This in no
the whole
mistake,
place is most certainly.
Everywhere we seem to go, that local people, local businesses, they've got involved. And how laudable is that? You know, that is community spirit at its best, isn't it?
I think we're a well-respected organisation in that we don't waste a penny. It all goes on the children, and we certainly progress might be small, but it's always. You know, we're working towards the next step, so it's always a valuable benefit to the children. I think this is a fantastic room because it really is so lovely and relaxing and peaceful, isn't it? We could probably hire it out for stress relief.
I was going to say, I think I'll have a few quids with. Right, okay.
Surprisingly enough, this is our main playroom. Which is almost never empty, but you can get a good view of it now.
But today's empty.
So as in any preschool, we have a craft area, a wet area, workstations, a home corner so the children can play and relax and choose. Often they just choose what they want to do, but there are also teaching areas here where children have targeted activities, and their key person, they'll have their own programme of activities that they have to work through each day. Language room.
Okay.
All these cards here. Okay. So we've got Bev is working on a language activity with Serena.
Hello, Serena. Hiya. Hello. Hello, Bev.
Hey, Bill, you alright?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Bev is one of our specifically trained Derbyshire language practitioners.
Can you show me something that goes in the bedroom? Good girl. What is it?
There.
Well done, good girl. Put the pile there. Can you find anything else? Have a look at it. Does that go in the bedroom? I'm going to just sort them out. Good girl. Well done.
Then this is our second playroom where we have a quiet area.
Yeah.
So when children are tired, they can just snuggle up with a book with a member of staff. Or we have another work area, again a small area where a member of staff can work one-to-one with a child, or perhaps one member of staff with two children working on different, this would be our sort of literacy and maths area. And then we have a soft playroom. So again here we work on physical skills, balance, coordination, and generally having fun in a safe environment. Children who've got, sometimes the physio will work in here doing exercises for the children, and they can just have a great deal of fun. And
I can imagine.
What have you.
And this is one of
get rid of some steam.
But they all seem to have plenty of that to get rid of, that's for sure. And this was a donated room as well, wasn't it?
Yes, we had a local firm actually built it for us.
Yeah.
And then very kindly forgot to send us a bill. We had some grant aid to do the padding, and then other fundraisers helped us equip it.
See,
Again,
there's some nice
wouldn't
people
be
in
here without the
Devizes.
community.
There's some nice people in Devizes.
Yeah.
There's going to be, isn't there? Okay, come and join us outside. There you go. And this is where they let off the steam.
We run at a minimum of one adult to every 2 children.
I see.
So they get a great deal of input and help.
There we go, Marcus. The ball. You want the big ball? Ready, steady.
Back in the autumn they planted the And we've got outdoor musical instruments and what have you, so they can get out there and really enjoy the outdoors. Put it through the wheel then, let's see you do it. Good boy, wow!
Michael, waiting.
I think you're doing a fantastic job, Betty. I really do. You and your lovely staff. The thing it struck me down here, there's loads of laughter. I mean, so many of these children have got so many problems, and yet everybody here, they're all laughing and joking and playing and having fun. So any money that you donate to this fantastic cause, I can't reiterate enough, it really is wonderful. And pop down and see, and if you can do anything special, you know, to raise some extra funds for the Devizes Opportunity Group.
Devizes and District
Devizes and
Opportunity
District
Centre.
Opportunity. I don't know. Let's put your thinking caps on and see what you can come up with, because the money certainly, it's not wasted. In fact, it's very, very gainfully employed. So, Betty, thank you so much for showing us around here today, and really hope that this has been an informative programme to you. Our grateful thanks to all the people that keep this going, local businesses, individuals who, by the very nature of the type of people they are, they don't want any praise or any kudos. But we know who you are, and thank you for that.
This centre wouldn't be here in the format it is without their help.
No,
it really wouldn't.
I can imagine, because it really is. I keep saying it, but it's absolutely fantastic down here for these children who need that bit extra. These ladies are giving them that. I'm Bill Huntley. This is Devizes Television. It's a White Horse production. Betty, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bill.
Until the next time, bye-bye for now.